The whole thing here is if you don't practice, you will not see some, you will not even see how price react. That's it, way part our price behaves, right? So there is this audio I played while I was waiting for others to join, is what changed my mentality. And what Jojo was basically stating is it's a wait for A+ setup. A+, um, A+ setup. Whether you trade anything, whether crypto or whatever, wait for A+ setup. Once you get A+ setup, what is A+ setup? I'll show you how to get that. Then another thing again that changed my mentality is the late Bruce Lee said he better practice one kick, one kick, one kick 10,000 times than to practice 10,000 kicks one time. So what does that tell you? It's not about learning everything on this chart. Observe that something I did not teach you. Trend line, all those stuff. You don't need them. This is what you need. Follow them. And some persons ask questions in the group, mention what I know, I will never answer you. Initially, when I started, I was like that. Anything you tell me, I will just go and start studying that stuff. If whatever I see other people post, I will go and start studying it. Until tomorrow is still affecting me in making decisions. It's still affecting me. So I now deduce that it's not good to learn everything on this chart. If you want to learn everything, videos I do on YouTube, you get tired at some point. So just learn what you want, then practice it. See, practice it very well. And don't practice with plenty chart. Pick a chart, pick a particular pair, at most two. Particular pair you want to be trading, then start practicing there, start backtesting it. You see how I used to trade USD JPY, but I remember what I've noticed on USD JPY is that after sweep of liquidity, price hardly return back to the other block. It will return, but it will not enter the other block to start moving. I've seen it countless times. So I already know if I'm trading USD JPY, and I already know I will not wait for price to drop inside the other block. Those things come by backtesting, by practicing. There's a girl I met online. She said she trade crypto. I said, okay, which particular pair? She said she trade only ETC. She wait for A+ setup, and that is the only thing she trades. So that is the only way to succeed in this market. Find at least two pairs, focus on them, practice them, practice them, practice them. Until why are you practicing? You want to see how price reacts when it comes to your PY, right? So having said that, let's proceed. First thing you need to do is always look for a strong POI. Strong POI, sorry. Strong POI. First thing. And how do you get your strong POI? Use at least two big time frame. You can take note of some of this thing I did not plan them. It's coming, I'll be telling you. At least two big time frames. Right? At least two big time frames. Let them align. Let's say you start weekly and you're getting a resistance. You drop to daily. Let the both of them show that prices are resistance. Now, if the both of them agree, there's nothing that will stop that dump. If the both of them agree, there's nothing that will stop that dump. Every other time frame will align. So that like the weekly bias I drop, that's exactly how I got it, weekly and daily. As long as the two are aligned together, that's all. So if the two align, if assuming you're using weekly and daily, let's say we are using weekly and daily, immediately they align, then look for Assuming you're traveling from Port Harcourt to Lagos, you meet countless of roadblocks, right? Security checks, checkpoints. So when you come to trading through, there's what they call roadblocks. So if weekly and daily have a line that is a resistance, right? And you want to sell it to the next zone, you need to use 4 hours first to check for those roadblocks. 4 hours to check for those roadblocks. So if how do I put it now? Weekly and daily for strong POI, then 4 hours for um roadblocks. I'll show you what I mean. I just wanted to get this part first. So, for example, now, assuming this is weekly, and on this weekly, this is a resistance, and I drop to daily, and you're getting something like this, and price is inside this zone. I doubt anything will make it a pump, bro. I doubt. So, hence, if you've gotten this, you know that, okay, price will drop to from here now to this point. Obviously, it's going to drop to that point. But if you're placing a sell, price will not just drop meat like this. Price will react. You know how price move now. You know how it move now. Where you get those movement now is on 4 hours. Not drop to 4 hours. Just drop to 4 hours. So on your 4 hours, you now get something like this. You're going to get something like this. So all these places are your roadblocks. These are places you're supposed to take profit first and wait for retracement. These are places you're going to take profits. These are places you want to take profits and wait for retracements. If you understand this thing, you've solved half of your problem. You have. Like I said, if you assume you're using weekly and daily, you've noticed, okay, price and resistance when you want to drop, use 4 hours to get your roadblocks, mark them. Then go back to your daily. You know daily now. Daily works 1 hour, then 5 minutes for entry. You know those stuff. So let's do an example. SC Gold. This was news, this new setup. And um you can see what happened this week. My analysis, I'm sure I got this stuff. This was analysis that this is where price is going to get to, and it got to that point and retrace. And what you this retracement, the news that came up. But I've already know that once you get to this point, price will react. And the news came exactly at this point. This place I marked. Look at the news. Came out. Where is it? This is what I intentionally today, I didn't even trade the news, but I just said, okay, let me see if this thing reacts. So for those that want to trade news, the same pattern. Look what happened. This remained the same. This remained the same. NFP was red. Red. Red means dollar was weak. So gold and Euro USD, GBP USD will pump. But did you see what happened from analysis? It dropped to this point. And what happened after the news? Price move. And already marked it already. The price will move from here. So your big time frame will never deceive you. Your big time frame will never deceive you. So always work with, if you can start a monthly, fine. If monthly and weekly align, then switch to 4 hours and all that. So let me show you what I mean. Let me delete everything and start afresh. Now this was how I got this weekly drop. I predicted that this week market is going to do. First, you're on your weekly, switch to line chart first of all. This is this week, right? This is this week, so we're not done yet. Switch to weekly first of all. The weekly will expose all the loopholes for you, and you take note of them. You don't leave anyone. So, right. So what happened here is, first thing first, If you change to line chart, mark your POIs. These are the obvious POIs you should get here. And what next? There's one here. Hope you guys are following you. There's one there. All right.
Yeah.
And you can see this was last week. So last week closed below this POI. Last week closes below this POI. So you can refine it, bring it to the recent one. Close below. So it therefore tell you that this week, this trend will continue going down. And where is it going to? The next POI. The next POI. Once you've gotten this from your weekly, you don't need to be drawing plenty line on your weekly. Just get that direction first. Because the bigger time frame, just like, I know, so you understand. Imagine you mounting, okay, imagine you're using a map to get streets in Port Harcourt. So the satellite is above and it's capturing everywhere. Or you're security in your street. There's no way you see everything that will happen in the next street unless you're standing on maybe MTN Max or something. They can actually see everything that will happen in those streets. So big time frame are like that. The big time frame will show you all the loopholes, all the retracement places, all the POIs, all the key zones. Now, those smaller time frame have no choice than to play in, right? So again, why marking? I intentionally ignored this one. Why did I ignore this? It has been tested once. Look at it. It has been tested. So I ignored. If you change to line chart, you see it again. I ignored this one because it has been tested once. So I always want to go to the virgin ones. And this support has not been tested. So I already know that price, since sun has closed below it, this one will come back to this place. So hence you've gotten that you want to wait. Let me just mark this one so it will not be giving us issue. This is for this week. This we are analyzing with this. The next thing is to drop to daily. Drop to daily. On your daily, this was this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this is what you're analyzing with. All right. So on your daily, you already see, change again to line chart to confirm. Nothing much to see here. Nothing much. You can see the daily still aligned. So nothing much to see. Nothing much to see. So look at this support started from. I mean resistance. Was resistance, break, and retest. You already know that. So it has to retest and start going up, but it did not. There was a break. So that break is trying to tell you that there will be a retest, then it will go down from your weekly, because your weekly is pointing that price wants to go down. Why do you think price wants to go down? This last week candle closed below this zone. Are we together? This last week closed below this zone. Do you get it? And it also touched weekly resistance. Look at it. It also touched there. So which of the zone now is remaining untouched? This guy here. This guy is the only one remaining untouched. So you've gotten this already. You already know your direction. So the next thing, like I said, confirm from at least 2 bigger time frame. Then switch to daily. Look at this, the resistance, meaning it has been tested more than one. So if it's taken out, there'll be a retest, break and retest. Remember, break and retest, there will be a retest. Maybe most of us don't forget this test. Let me be marking them. All right. So if there's a break, of course, there should be a retest, and then continue. You know this now. So break, there should be a retest. But here it did not retest. The retest did not hold. There was a break aligning with what your weekly. There was a break. So if there's a break, it therefore means that this other candle, the next daily candle, will have to retrace back to this resistance. So remember how we got our resistance zones and support. Let me assume you've forgotten. V shape and what again? And what again?
Anything.
See, pay won't make money for 10 years.
Anything.
If I forgotten, voila. This is how we go. We get our SNR, so PY. This for support, this for resistance. And there's another one again. Which one? I gave you four.
Consolidation.
No, no,
Inverted U.
Jesus. Eh?
W shape.
What? No. What? My God.
W. Pause. W.
How? Oh, shame.
Oh, shame. Like,
I showed you guys how to get SNR four types: A shape, V shape, and gap.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Let me see put that online self. But the former, so if I take na go competition now, you begin asking a question, I don't form my hand. Oh my God. These things work, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, these things work. Just follow this, I'm telling you. Watch how this trading week will look like. So, remember your V shape now, A shape, and gap. That's how I got this. You can see it. You can see this one. You can see this one. So the next one is what? Gap. And what are gaps? When two candles overlap, right? Yeah. So this piece here, this piece, whether there's weak or not, this piece is respected. That space, um, this space, so the other PY. So here, what I'm going to do here now is there's a gap here. So I won't leave that untouched. So I'll mark it as what? My resistance zone. Now, this was this week when it started. Let me remove this line. Did you see that this price did not return back? Do you see what is happening now? It's obviously returning back here. Obviously returning back. Obviously. So when the week opened, price rallied down to where we anticipated from a weekly, and it bounced and see where it's going to. There will be a reaction here. Why? You already know there is a break and a test here. So you see, my weekly direction got to this point, and after this point, it should return back. And the news help today can see what happened. So if you know all of the, let me show you what happened throughout this week. That's so that you understand. Look what happened this week. All the USD pair that came out, all the news concerning USD, they were all weak. Where is it? How do I get this? Last week. Was it last? This let me see this one work. This week, right? Yes. Let me see. So once you're able to get strong POI, you can scalp. That the first news. Red. Why do you think so? Weekly direction is telling you that price is going down. Weekly direction. So all the news that came out were in line. Go down again. Look this. Look this. This is medium. One high impact news. Look at this. This was the same on Thursday. You can see all of them. Just okay. Did it change? Yeah, here change. Of course, for retracement buy. And today, the biggest news, two news that control this market is this. You see this three news. Take note of it. And FOMC, the news that controls forex market more. It's more like a hack. So today I was watching this news. Immediately, I just share my screen There's a way I divided my screen. I was looking at it. Yeah, look at it exactly. Immediately came to my. Sorry, I'm digressing. I just want you guys to get this thing. Let me show you again. The same thing. The same thing. The same thing. The same thing. Watch what happened here. This is weekly, right? This is also weekly, right? And this is dollar, right? This is dollar. Let me mark again. Okay, this is daily. So I already marked from my weekly that once price got to this point or gets to this point, there will be a drop. So dollar pumped up to this area, and today it dropped after the news. And you didn't think it was a coincidence that price, the news came out as red and price dropped? No, it wasn't a coincidence. See, I'm not even lying to you guys. Remember what I showed in the last backtesting class? Always mark your weekly low and your weekly high. This was previous week high. See what happened on 1 hour now. See what happened on 1 hour. There was a breakout. Remember, I have to retest here and see exactly when the news broke inside my weekly zone. Immediately came out red, I just laugh. So imagine you know this before now. At this period, you just found one account. Don't use your normal account for trading news. Just found one particular account. Immediately show red. Just long gold or long USD. Just the tapping the buy. See what happened. Price kept dropping. If you check 15 minutes, it was too obvious on 15 minutes. Too obvious. Look at it. Too obvious. There's a breakout, retest, dump. So what I'm showing you, if you understand this class, you solve probably all your problem in trading. If greed will allow you. So you can see what happened to gold. Gold has returned back to this area. Now that you've gotten this directional bias, everything you'll be looking for this week would what? Sell. If you're buying, then you're going against your trend, which you should be very, very careful. See what happened. So at this point, your weekly and your daily align, right? So you quickly switch to 4 hours. On the 4 hours now, you can see this was this week, this was last week. So all these are your what? Your roadblocks. All these are your roadblocks. All these are your roadblocks. All these are your roadblocks until it gets to where price is going to. And you can see what happened on 4 hours. Break, retest, break, test, break. So that's what I'm explaining here. Use at least 2 big time frames to get a POI. Let's say you use daily and 4 hours. Switch to 1 hour to get your what? Roadblocks. This is where you should go out of the market and wait for the retracement. Find another entry again. If you can hold, why not? Go ahead and hold. But if you can understand this thing, you solve half of your problem trying to analyze the market. So let me give you another instance again. Now look at USDT for gold for BTC and USDT here. You see what is happening. Let me delete everything. Let's do another one. Now, once you open chart like this, look left first. So change to line charts. This is where price is. Look left, right? So left, you can see W pattern already, meaning change of trend. You know price have to retrace, and price retraced. So you already know that. So you mark everything you know you can mark on your weekly first before, right? Then change to candle. Now you can see break and retest. Remember, I told you that break and retest happen twice. One will not show on line chart, one will show on line chart. This is the first one, and now this is the second one. And on your weekly, these are weekly right now. We've gotten price right inside our zone. Right inside our zone. I'm trying to tell you why Bitcoin is dumping. Right inside our zone. right? So what are you seeing here now? What are you seeing here? No sweep of liquidity. It's more like double bottom, but there's supposed to be a sweep of liquidity. But however, there is none. And again, there's another block here. Remember what I told you about doji? They are very powerful. I tapped into it. It has. And this is for this week. All right. Now, what do you think will happen next week? Look at this gap. Tested ones. If this kind of close above it, next week there will be what? What do you expect next week? If this price close above this line, what do you expect next week?
To retrace and test, then continue up and
Exactly. Exactly. That is just, you see, if you can understand these things on big time frame, you solve your problem. The next problem you have to solve is grade. So this is what we'll be expecting now. If you close above this line, something like this, retrace to this area, and where do you think it's going to? I say that this is still fresh. So that's why I posted on my Facebook, this is not the best time to buy crypto. Some persons came to the DM and like, I even came to my my messenger. Some crypto stock traders, I talk too much. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. And that time Bitcoin was pumping. I said, this is not the best time to hold Bitcoin. Why? I saw this already. So if this close, let's see daily. On daily, did you see that line? Resistance, 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 breakout. There's a breakout now. So there should be what? A retracement. Let's see if we have anything on daily. This is this one for daily. So you see this zone. It's very, very necessary, very, very important. Brands will have to test it and continue. Has it tested all of these ones? Let's see. There's one here. There's one here. You see? This is what happened. Brand has tested this one already. There's another gap here. It's like people don't like gap. There's one here again. Breakout, still retesting. This is how it retested with a sweep of liquidity on daily. Nothing, see, nothing will make BTC escape that dump that I did when this happened. First, weekly zone tapped, breakout on daily, retest with a sweep of liquidity. Nothing. And you see what happened. As it's going up, Bitcoin will be going down. So, on no account should any of you do your bias direction with 4 hours down. No, don't even try it. Time, the market respects this weekly, daily, and monthly more. So if you can analyze this thing, your monthly, your weekly, and your daily are lying together, guy, you make a lot of money. So first, analyze the big time frame. Second, patience. Wait, let price return back to those zones they've analyzed. Just wait for you to return. Once you return, if you like, go to 1 minute, big entry is going to play out. It's going to play out. So that's how this stuff works, right? So let me make it clear now. I've explained this statement and I believe you guys have understood it, right? You guys have understood, Abby?
yeah, yeah.
But for that week, you're not continuing this week.
If if you don't understand, say it though.
Really?
Are you record? Are you
Don't be
recording?
shy. Who is that?
Are you?
Asma. Uh, I'm recording. Am I even recording? Yeah, like I said, I'll send it to all of you. Don't worry. I'll post it on private YouTube channel. I'll send the link. So anybody that missed the class, yeah, pay. Because this is a vital information. This was the mistake I made when I learned. I don't even like this time frame. I was in 1 hour, 15 minutes. So if I see people analyze, I'll just be laughing. Your POIs will keep breaking. They'll keep breaking. I think it's village people, it's not village people. Even news will align with this big time frame. So if you understood this, let's do a proper analysis now. Let's see Euro USD now. It's Madam Susan's best pair. And I commend that pick a particular pair, marry it, marry that pair. You get it? Marry that pair. Now this is for this week, right? This for this week. This was last week. It was previous week. I wanted to subscribe this stuff, but I could not. So we'll be wiping out the chat. So you see, I want to subscribe, but my subscription will not go through. So we'll be wiping out the chat. So you follow up what we're doing. Let's work with this guy. Let's use Madam Susan's pair, Euro USD. All right. Then this will make it clear now. Okay, so this was this week. We don't need it. So last week we don't need it. We don't need it. Do we need this? Should we analyze this one? Let's work with this. See. So let's take out this two. Now, first thing first, line chart. Very, very important. Now from our line chart, the only thing we can see here is this guy and this breakout retest. That's all you can see here. I mean, there's nothing again, so we don't force it. And the next thing we can see, if you change to candle, is this gap. You guys are familiar with gap now. There's a breakout, so you obviously can see the retest. I think I should take out this one too. There's a breakout, so expect next week to retest it and drop. Then let's see if daily will align with it. Let's see if daily will align. Load. Daily. Still in. All right. Okay, so on daily, do the same thing. You can see dropping already on daily. So try to get your POIs too on daily. No obvious one. So you maintain status quo, if that will be the right word. So here, I think there's one here. So let's see. There's one here. Resistance. This has been tested already. So let's play the chart and see. For daily now, let's see. This is what happened. Because the downtrend already, this is what happened. Price come back to this particular line. Let's see again. And this is what happened there. Obviously, this is the news. But there's a reaction. There was a very big reaction. You can see. Let's play again. Fine. This is what happened here now. So there's a sweep of liquidity where on your weekly, the daily zone, there is a weekly sweep of liquidity on your daily zone. If you play again, you can see. Yeah, see what happened. Where is it going to? Remember our weekly. Remember our weekly. This high price return back there. Clean. You see what happened? This high price return back to this area. Clean. And where did it stop? The weekly POI. So once you're able to get these things, entry is not the problem. You already know how to enter. Place your vertical line and that you're done. Is it making sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it making sense?
Yeah.
If you don't understand, I can still explain again because that's if I have another class after now. If you don't, I'll still explain.
Boss, we are trying to understand. Seriously, it's not flowing for me, you know. I'm
The,
forcing
the,
it.
the
I'm
question
forcing
here
it.
is, do you understand? Are you guys following what I'm showing you?
Yes, we are flowing, but I have to
We
locate it just a sec.
understand, but then would need to rewatch this video
We
to be
watch it
able to
again.
practice it. But then you're
Of
saying
course,
you post it to your private YouTube. I don't know. Is there no professional treatment for video here?
I just want, I'll send you guys the link, like I said. So I don't want, um, if I send it here to be accessible, I think let it be like a free price to get it. Alright, because I'm not in this class since last, I think this week, right? Yeah, I did. But don't mind me, you'll get the video. I'll just drop the link, you just go there and get it. Even if those people don't want to refer anybody to the group, I'll be telling the YouTube. But that's by the way. So this is how now if you're able to understand these things, now getting an entry will not be an issue for you. Getting an entry will never be an issue for you. Please, that background is noisy. Sorry, please. Thank you. So getting, if you understand this now, getting your entry will not be an issue. All right. So this and this are the same. Same price return. You already know why price drop now. You already know why it dropped from this analysis. You already know price has come back to resistance. What are you expecting next? Drop. Drop. So let's see if we can get that drop daily. Right? Yeah. Let's see if we can get it. Um let's see if we can get that drop right now. Let me complete this. Oops. Jesus. That was too quick.
Boss, can you reduce
Okay.
that timing to
All right. So you see what is
0.5
happening here right now.
so that
There's a gap here. All right. There's a gap here. Hope you guys can see this gap. So if two red candles, the gap between two red candles is a resistance. There's a resistance here. There's a resistance here. So it therefore means that price will have to drop. So let's see 4 hours now. Load now. Mhm. Okay. So in your 4 hours, what can you see? Break and retest is showing here, obviously showing there. And you can see that guy has closed twice, candle close below it before the drop. Did you see what happened? Let me replay it again. If you change to line charts, you already know this is weekly and price inside the zone, right? First, there's a change of trend here. Remember these ones. These are too basic now. Shouldn't be mentioning them. Break of change of character, right? So price had to retrace. And there's one here tested. There is break and retest here. Price has not tested it. Okay, it has. Then if it has, look at a resistance zone here. So we want to see sweep of liquidity. One, 2, sweep of liquidity completed. So what do you expect next? At this point, if you have big capital, that's why I said you should start with cent account. You can even place a sell here, a stop loss here, and you target this guy. That's if you can hold. Like I told you, all these will be the roadblocks. All this will be the roadblocks. All of them. Yeah. So you can see what happened, right? So the next one, price drop. So if you decide to track this guy now, what happened here to lower time frame? Decide to track this guy now to lower time frame. 4 hours go with 15 minutes. Obviously, you should remember all of that. Yeah. Change to line chart so you not be confused, right? Uh-huh. Now, if you change to line chart, there's a break of structure here. I just don't like this particular guy. There's a break of structure. Change back to candle. Look at the last week. So we can obviously mark the both of them. Remember what we did all of this. Uh-huh. So this is what happened here now. There's a sweep of liquidity already on your vertical line on 15 minutes. Look at it. Still inside our weekly zone, still in our daily zone, still inside our 4-hour zone. Tell me why smaller time frame will not react. You can see even in 15 minutes where we place our vertical line, look at it. I'll remove it. Look at sweep of liquidity. The next candle is where you place your entry. This or this becomes your what? Stop loss. And you're good to go. And next week, I'm very sure price will return back to this area. Why? Price failed to acknowledge all this break and retest. Look at this gap here. Tested, break. Price failed to retest it. One. Look at another one here. Price failed to retest this. Then there's one here too. Break, okay, tested this. So next week, price will retest all of these guys. So price will always go from what? Zone to zone, PY to PY. What's the next word? I'm trying to use all the terms so that you understand. PY. There's one term they normally use. Key zones. So in case you hear any trade I'm mentioning there, you'll not be confused. They are the same thing. So price will move from zone to zone, PY to PY. What's the other one? Key levels to key levels. So you see, price drop drastically. If I play it now, you see that price dropped drastically. Look at. Drop to where? Our weekly again. Our weekly. So imagine you don't know this and you're using 15 minutes to analyze and you're seeing sweep of liquidity. It will work. See what happened? And it will break you with force. Sweep of liquidity, it will work and will break out with force. With force. Until you get to the next zone. Where is the next zone? Weekly. And on the weekly, just one candle. And like one of my bosses say, you just need one candle to change your life. So imagine you're able to catch this sale from that period, that place. Just imagine. So henceforth, that's why I always tell you, let me see your weekly analysis, weekly bias, but people don't like dropping it. You can see I never bother you again. Because before I complain, I don't bother. People already know what you're doing right now. So I don't bother you guys again. But I beg you, work with higher time frame. Work with higher time frame. As long as you're able to get your higher time frame direction, everything will play. Every other thing will play. So in marking your higher time frame, change to line chart, get all the places you're supposed to get. You can see there's a small gap here, small bow leg here, or big K leg, mark, high, mark, change to candle. Can you see that gap? Look at it. You see the first one, price tested it, drop. Went back after it tests this one. The next one is what? The next resistance. It went there, tapped. This one too went back there, tapped. As this one, okay, immediately close there, open, tap, and drop. Now, if you track these same things to lower time frame, let's say 4 hours, but let's say 4 hours, track it to lower time frame, you see sweep of liquidity or double top. Now, alternatively, if price come back to your zone, you want to see sweep of liquidity. What if you don't see sweep of liquidity? What if? What if you don't see sweep of liquidity? Remember engulfing candlestick? You guys remember engulfing candlestick?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. In a situation where all your zones are correct, all your parameters are correct, and you don't see sweep of liquidity, just wait for engulfing candlestick. Let me show you how that works. Let me show you how that works. Let's see if we can get this buy right now. First, there is support here, right? So we're starting with 4 hours now. So let's stay aligned with this. We're starting with 4 hours. Was it Euro USD? Yeah, 4 hours. So you have to drop to where? 1 hour. To also make sure they align. Make sure they align. And look at when price came back to that place. Just look what happened here now. Now, when price came back to this your zone, of course, if you change to line chart now, you see the next zone for your 1 hour. This guy, right? So this is support. So there's no sweep of liquidity here, but there's an engulfing candle. Look at the engulfing candle. So if there's an engulfing candle, there's a gap here. That means this candle break through it. This middle line. That's middle line. So your 4 hours and your 1 hour have aligned that this is a support zone. So drop to 15 minutes to pick an entry. This will happen in 15 minutes. This was news. Ordinarily, this would have played. This will happen here. On that your gap. This is sweep of liquidity, or this is news. This is how news always behave. News always behave like this. If it's a buy, to first of all do something like this. This is how news behave. So first of all, take out some orders. That is why if you want to trade news, on no account should you trade news with your real account. Alright. Always create SNES, you can create plenty live account. Just create a live account separate for news. On your SNES, if you check your wallet, your profile, if you click, you see wallet. You can find your wallet, move the money to the account you want to use and trade news. So that news, this news portal or that news account, you don't set stop loss. That is, if you've done analysis very well, know that this still wants to buy, and the news came out and dollar is red. That means Euro US will buy, gold will buy. Once you enter, you don't set stop loss, because if you set stop loss, to take you out, just allow it to go. It's 50-50 gambling when it comes to news. But with this pattern I've showed you now, you can be able to predict it. So you can see exactly what happened. Exactly what happened there. Price just retrace back to the zone and push. Here, the same thing. Here, the same thing. There's no sweep of liquidity here. But see what happened. Price push. This and this are engulfing. Look at this gap. This is what happened. Sweep of liquidity now created, price push. And you ask yourself, why will price retrace back to this area, engulfing again? Now, for those of you that want to scalp, once you get all your parameters, this is where you now scalp. See, if you track this now to 1 minute, 1 minute, if you track this now to 1 minute, this retracement, or even here, track it to even 1 minute. There's a line. If you track it to 1 minute, you see what will happen there. Now look at this is not engulf, this is an inside bar. Inside bar. Once it break above the first candle, this gap. Look at the gap again. See what happened. I seen it. That is if there's no sweep of liquidity. This is what happened. So at this point, you can enter aggressively. This particular area now, you already done your analysis that this is a buy zone, and this happened. You can, your 1:3 is sure. Let me measure it. Your 1:3 is sure, like Man U winning league this season. You see, just one small move. This is already 1:7. It's even 1 minute though. Let's see 1:3. Are you seeing it? So when your analysis is right, getting 1:3 is as easy as anything. You're done. You've gotten you're done. 1 minute, you're done. But first, make sure you understand this thing. Any time frame you're using, make sure at least 2 time frame align before the next one you want to use size of business. Make sure they align. If they don't align, this thing will not work. So for scalpers, that is the only way, that is the way to scalp. Still do your proper analysis. Once price come back to that zone, buy. Right? Hope you are following. So this weekend though, practice these things. All right, practice it. Practice this thing. Do your analysis. Go to weekly. Get all your parameters. If you can, type on them weekly time frame, daily time frame. You can just double click and type on them. All right, and it will work. Now see where the news reacted. Still on our zone. The break. So finally, let me see if I can add something to make it clearer now. I wish I can. Now let's analyze the USDT dominance together for those of you that trade crypto more. Let's start afresh. Let's see monthly because this is a new month. Let's see. This is a new month. Now, turn to line charts. It's scary, bro. You can see W pattern in monthly. Monthly. For those of you that your guy that shouting on social media, buy Bitcoin, no buy you. Hope you understand what this means. You guys understand what this means? Hello?
Yeah, I think he wants to. I think he wants to test the public pattern tip to then continue upward.
Yes. W pattern. That means you have to retrace and target back this area came from. That is it. And this is happening on monthly charts. This is happening on monthly charts. So unless maybe one big FA happen, maybe Donald Trump says something, or maybe Donald Trump say, I'm buying Bitcoin. Maybe that's what will change this stuff. Unless one big news happen, that's what will change what is about to happen right now. So you've seen it already. What are you going to do? Get your POIs ready. Get your POIs. These are the obvious one. Change to line charts. Sorry, candle. We've gotten that. Drop the weekly. You can see the weekly. See, it lapped here very well. You can see the weekly is also working in accordance with. I think there's one here. I refine it. There's one. This one. You touch it. Let me see. That. So you see, excuse me, your monthly and your weekly is telling you strong buy PY. This is monthly and weekly. So if they're telling to hold Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going to 200K, going to 150. They are looking for liquidity. Let me tell you something in this business. The whales need us, those retail traders. They need our liquidity. They need it. By the time they collect $10 for over millions of traders, do you know what that is? So they always stay to hold. They will. There's a coin one of my friends bought. She's in one group, they drop coin. I told her to see, madam, you're wasting. She bought a coin for 4,000, 4K dollars. What is remaining now is $50. I told her to withdraw the money, go to Market Square, or go to JRE, just go flex. Carry your single, carry man, just carry. I'll pay you. She was crying and I was laughing. It's not fun anyways. But I just removed that coin from my reader. So okay, send me that coin, let me analyze it. If I give you those guys that coin out to analyze it, I discover you see that you're not even supposed to hold it. I check monthly. First thing I saw on the monthly was sweep of liquidity, something like this. And for 3, 4, 5 months, that has been dropping. And they keep telling them to hold, keep holding, don't worry, keep holding. When I analyze, I now forward the chart to her. But I see what is the hold. They don't turn into liquidity. 4K is meaning $50. You know what that means? So imagine if she borrowed the money, although she said she borrowed some from her boyfriend. I said, it's your boyfriend. No? He will not kill you. But don't do that. If you want to hold for spot market, this is not the time to hold. This is not the time to hold. The chart is showing you already now. It's not as if coming from me. Like I said, unless Donald Trump will come out and say, I am buying Bitcoin now. Else, this thing might, at least this point, or here, these are the roadblocks now for monthly. These are the roadblocks. See, before you get to this point. Hope you understand what roadblock are now. These are the roadblocks. The roadblocks. Price will react. There's one here already. Tested, breakout, should. And if you close here, like we said initially, we're not expect it to do what? To retreat to this line, this other one, and this support here. Let me be marking there so you'll be seeing there's a support here. There is what again? So this place, if this one hold, then it should retrace to this area and then continue. If it retraces to this and breaks this one, this is the next zone. This is the next zone. But that time, the coin you're holding will be bleeding. So now you've gotten your analysis, you've gotten your direction. So if you're going to lower time frame to scalp, you're scalping for buy. You're scalping according to this line you've got in these PYs. That's what you're scalping with. Right? So if you go to daily now, let's see daily too. You can see daily. Daily has no choice than to obey. Into line chart. You can see what's happening there. Has no choice than to obey. Has no choice. Right? So practice these things, guys. and start trading next week. Don't see if you're scared, fund only your cent account. $20, $30 fund, so $20 will not be 2,000 cents, right? I did one calculation. Let me show you before I do one practice again. Then we are done. I know you guys are tired already. You imagine you have okay, to this cent account. So what happens to you? 0.01 for dollar account is equivalent to um one lot size. One lot size for cent account. Because $1 is equal to 100 cents now. So you multiply this by 100, you're going to get this. So if you're funding $20, like for dollar account, there's no way you use below 0.01. Never. But with your cent account, you can use below 0.01. Because if 0.01 is equal to one lot size, it therefore means that if you're using at this area, if you're using 0.5, it's not still equivalent to 0.01. True or false? True or false?
True.
So this is the least you should use. The least loss size you should use on your cent account is 0.1. That is the least. Now this will give you opportunity to chase losses. It will give you opportunity to take more trades. You get it? You can even do the analysis on bigger time frame and take the trade without even stressing yourself going to smaller time frame. Right? So if let's say you fund $20 or 2,000 cents, you grow the money. Now let me give you this calculation. There's something they call compound interest. After this life, I'll not make money. I'll remove all of them for this group. So assuming you're trading, starting with 2,000 cents brackets, that is the capital. Take note of this, that is your capital. Then 1 plus, that one is more like recurrence. Like recurrence. Those of you that did maths, that's what they call recurrent probability. Now you now target what is my percentage? What is the percentage I'm looking for on daily basis? On daily basis, what are my percentage targets on daily basis? So if I'm targeting 10%, 10 divided by 100, 10 divided by 100 is 0.1, right? So let's say you're targeting 10% daily. So 10 divided by 100 is 0.1. So bracket close. Now raise to, where's my raise to? Where's my raise to? Let me see. No. Whatever. Raise to power of n. To have 5 days a week, raise to 5. And let me do the calculation so you understand. So in trading, to build small account, target percent. Or if you can target maybe $2 every video, $2. I actually pay for a course. Survey. When they had that course, I have to pay. I said, okay, let me see. And I paid. Before you get $5, Jesus, the stress, the screening, and people are so happy cashing out $5, $10 for 3-4 days work. So I'm like, if you can sit on your system, if you're making even $5 in a day times 5, that is $25 in a week. That means in a month you should be getting up to $1,800. As a Nigerian, you live, at least you will not be hungry. So the calculation is these are the 2,000 is our capital, 1 is the recurrent, we're targeting maybe 20%. 20%, that is 0.2. Bracket close. Raised to, this raised to is the number of time I want to do it. So if you are doing it daily, 20% every day for 5 days, raised to 5. This is what your account will turn to. Remember, it's a cent account. Divide by 100, $49 in a week. $49 in a week. So what is how do you do calculation? On Monday, before you start your trading, you have your journal, you have your notes. My account is 2,000 cents. My target today is 20%. 20% of $2,000 is what? 40 cents, right? I be 400 cents, right?
Yeah.
I know I know say you don't know, no, they work with pastors. I calculate that. So so 400 cents, right? That is your target for today. Like Monday, this is my target, 400 cents. That is what I'm targeting. So you write it down. So once you get that target, stop trading for the day. But if you say, okay, I still want to trade, do this on separate account. Have separate account. Then there's a my friend call it boat account. He used to drive boat before, so he call it boat account. He can use that one to do all his risk. Even big forest trader does that too. Those guys are following on social media, they do it. I have privilege to meet some of them. They will fall like $20 and they will target the market, they will risk all, they will open plenty positions. So you can do that too. Like I know Arsenal will do that. He's a gambler. So hence you've gotten that this is my target for today, 400 cents, which is $4. That's my target. You will not stress yourself that much. Then what do? You open your charts, probably targeting this is your pair, like Madam Susan, this is a pair. You open your charts. Let me use this guy now. I just don't like this guy. Everything. So she opens her charts, and this week, let's say you're lazy, don't want to do all the analysis. Place your vertical line on this weekly candle that is open. This is on Monday. Once the candle open, just place it. And then drop to daily to confirm your direction. Right? This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right. So you confirm your directions. This is Monday as it's opening. And there is one here. Right. Yes. And you did not retest it. Maybe that's where this one is going to. Okay. So since it did not retest, Tuesday, by Tuesday, previous day low, price has taken it out already. This is Tuesday. Let's see, drop to one. Let me take this out so that it will not give us issue. Drop to 1 hour. And we drop to 1 hour. Clear from here. 1 hour. Now the 1 hour, this was when it break. Remember, you've done analysis already, know that this is a downtrend already. So this sweep of liquidity should not entice you. See why it's good to do weekly direction. You already know that this guy, no worry, it's just a setup. This one, no, it will not work, and you know why it did not work. You already know. So there's a break. Then wait for that retesting. Break, let it retest again. Now look at this retesting. Break, look at this retesting. We are not even talking about this one now. There's a break, engulfing candle, support, breakout, retest. So 5 minutes. 5 minutes to take our entry. Clear. 5 minutes to take our entry. Please now. I hate this. I clear now. Still loaded. Let me try it here. Let's use the recent one, Jerry. Let's start with 4 hours, yeah. Let's assume we are not even seeing Uh, let's even assume we are not seeing all of this. From here, we are not seeing this. So this is 4 hours now. Price is dropping. That means there's a reaction here. So your market. Please don't joke with any of this line chart. Remember what I told you with Doji. No look down on Doji. So let it align with your analysis, your downtrends. Now look at that tap in. Let's mark it. Let's see if 1 hour will align. For 1 hour, there's an inside bar. It's not sweep. There's an inside bar. So if there's an inside bar, how do we get that? Higher high. There's a change here. I hope you guys have not forgotten all of this. There's a change of trend here. So price have to retrace. And where is it retracing to? This guy. So exactly. Support. Price has returned back. Are you seeing it now? I hope you know why price returned back to this area. So all this buy, you're not enticed because you know where you're coming from. No, the other flow is coming from weekly, so you're not enticed. But if you're taking it, you have to be very, very smart. Like this one, if you're taking this one, this is your target. Not even this one, this. You're taking sweep of liquidity ahead. So if you switch to 15 minutes now on that area, beautiful. Beautiful. See when price return, no sweep of liquidity, but there's an engulfing candle. That's the alternative I told you about. There's an engulfing candle. Break, retest. Right? I know it's getting you confused, but it shouldn't. Breakout, let it retest. I just want to show you how to get 1:3 very easy. Let's see 5 minutes now. Did you see what happened there? This is sweep of liquidity. Once it closes, what is your entry? One is to three, done. You're out. Just following rules. But if you can't wait for all of this, that retracement again to 1 hour, that 1 hour PY, this is it. You can take your entry there. And the last high is your stop loss. Let's even try it. Here, the last high is your stop loss. This one is to 4. Even this drop, 1 is to 7. So as long as your analysis is following the trend, you can stack, you can gamble, you can do anything you want to do. But for this account I'm showing you, this should be a business account. What's the business there? 20% daily. So you've done your calculation already. This week I'm targeting $49 profit. So once you get your 20%, you're out. If it's 10% you want to be targeted, no wahala. 10% will now be 0.1 in these brackets. 0.1. If it's 5%, 0.005, right? Anything you want to. And this is how you grow your account. This is how you grow your account. And please, once you're done with this for the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, please withdraw. Withdraw and chop your money. Every Friday should be a withdrawing day for you. Those I want to bring you to millions, they are greed will set in. Just don't argue. Greed will set in. Just I want to build this account to $2 million. Greed will set in. Right? So stick to the plan. 1:3. Get analysis, right? Withdraw every weekend and enjoy yourself. Hope you guys understand this analysis now. I've given you
Yes,
basically
sir.
all you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I understand, sir.
So I've given you basically all you need So the take home here is don't go for any POI that you don't trust. Any POI you don't trust, don't go for it. You must not trade every day. Only trade A+setup. A+setup. And this is how you get the A+setup. Strong POI. Strong POI. Alright? If it's not strong, don't enter. So if you check every pair, the same thing, Make us tired, but let me just do one. There's something I'm forgetting, I'm trying to remember, but see them. See this one now. That this brick retest, very sweet. And which PI are you seeing after here? This next PI. So once you put your chart, always look left. Where price is, look at where price is, look left. What happened on the left hand side? See? This is daily. Now drop to 4 hours to confirm. Look again. Is another thing there? Nothing. Unless the week. So price is supposed to come back here. So for this one now that dropped, this particular one from daily, we got this on daily. You can see 4 hours. See what happened on 4 hours. Breakout, retest. Let me show you again to show you how strong this zone is. Support, breakout, resistance on daily. Let's confirm from 4 hours if it's correct. You can see tested, breakout, retest. So if you're trading this, where is your first target? This guy. That is your first target. So hence you've seen this. Now I can drop to lower time frame, take that entry. Let's see if we can get that entry. Let's see 1 hour. Exactly. The roadblock, you see? Price go there, replace again. So on 1 hour that we dropped, see what happened there. Sweep of liquidity on our zone. So place to the middle one, switch to 5 minutes, and there you go. There you go. You can see the other block. You can see your other block. This is coming from daily and 4 hours. So who goes 5 minutes? So hence you've done this fine analysis. Just place your order here if you can't wait. Place your order here. Alright? And your stop loss here. And this is your target. You see how we got all of this. Place your order here. Right? And this is your stop loss. You can see 1 to 3. Sure. If you want to hold to this point, which is your first target, 1 is to 9. So for those of you that have minds that can gamble, at this point you can open with any lot size. You can open multiple positions. Do you know why? Your daily, that's your daily by zone. That's your 4 hour zone. And your 1 hour has also showed you sweep of liquidity there. What else are you waiting for? And 5 minutes, breakout, retest, drop. At this point, you can stack. For my guy, JB Moore, asking all of them that can that knows how to take, this is where you not take that risk. With your small account, this is where you take that risk that you want to take. This is where you take it. This is your stop loss or this high drop. So this is what those big traders you follow, this most thing they do. They don't have big money in their account though. What is it? They can just fund $500, $1,000. If you check your profile on your SNS account, you see wallet. You just deposit there, let's say 2K. They will push like $200 to the market or $100, and they'll wait for A+ setup. Just do I've showed you. Then 2 time frame align. See how daily and forward hours align here. You saw that now, break and retest. Now, hence they've seen this. They will just enter with the entire $200. They will enter with all. And this is 1:9. So 9 times 2, that's $1,800. That's what they will cash out here. That is what they will cash out. And they're on profit already because they've not even touched their main capital. That is how you trade. Our boss are training us NDFX know him, Rakesi. He does his own from weekly. Before I don't even understand, I'm like, boss, this weekly is too big. Your time, stop loss. Jesus. You just be laughing. His own from weekly. Looking at this sweep of liquidity here, he will take this entry. You see this entry bar? He will take this one. He will take this entry. From this weekly, he will take this entry. And the next POI is here now. Until price get there. And you see what happens. Because weekly time frame is strong. Weekly, monthly, daily, they are very, very strong. So once you get your POIs from there, if price goes to those points, take it will play. So enter he posts his screenshot, I'll be wondering, but now I begin to understand now. First is an inside, bearish inside bar. And this is sweep of liquidity. What else are you waiting for? Price wants to drop. So at this one open, we just place a sell. This is a stop loss. It will be very big, but price will not get here. And if you switch back, you also find out that price is coming from where? Next PY. Is it this one? Let me see. This one. Yeah. You can see what happened. Inside. See? Inside that zone. Drop. So, and he can hold trade, bro. That man can hold trade. This is first week, second week, third week, 4th week, his POI. So inside this one trade, he's cashing out millions. Now I'm getting it. So I'll stop here. Everything I've showed you, right? I didn't learn it from anybody. I learned all this from backtesting. That is why I always ask you to practice. As long as you keep practicing, the chart will keep showing you how price behaves once it comes to every of your zones. So if you track this area, another price retrace to this point, to even 1 minute, you will see either sweep of liquidity or you see engulfing candle before the price will drop. Even 1 minute, like if you track this break and retest now, this daily, down to 1 minute, right? You will get that same sweep of liquidity on 1 minute or engulfing candle. And you take the trade, it will still play out. But first, you have to get everything right. I'm going to stop here. Any questions so far? Anything that's bothering you?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Go
Thank you
ahead.
so much for the class, and I won't lie, I've been enjoying your class, and even the videos I've downloaded have been very helpful. I also want to find out, with all the most cases, you have never used any of those parameters like the moving average, all those things. I've noticed you've not even used it. You only focus on candles and also understanding the trend.
Okay. So what is your question?
My question is are we not going to make use of any of those parameters? We just focus only on those candles and also understanding the trend and just stick to all the sweep of liquidity, understand your candles and the setups. No parameters to follow.
That is all you need, sir. Those indicators, they lag behind. They always react after price market move. They don't give you actual results.
Wow. Thank you for that response.
But if there's anyone you must use is RSI. Should I ever show you guys RSI? Now, should I? Should I not? Why I don't like all of these things is when I started, hey, all these things I was using, I lost money. It's just a slow, right? So I hated them. I hated them. I won't lie to you. So if you must use what's it called? This um RSI, relative strength index. Now, what does this mean? If you go to the settings, I'll show you now how it will relate to what we've been doing. If you go to the settings, you see that the upper band is showing 70 and the lower band is showing 30. Now, this 30 is your support, the 70 is your resistance, the 50 is your middle line, all right? So that's what is shown here. But this is how I was taught from if there's a guy in NDFF, you check his photo, that's how his settings. I saw it from the person that taught us. Right. So you can add as many as. Let's say you can add edit and add a line here. Right. Let's see, we can change the color of the line probably to red. Red. Yes. Double tap on it. Coordinates. And the coordinate now will be 80. You already have 70. Set it on 80. 80. See where it is now. The default is 70, 80. All right. You can also do other one again too. I set it to probably 100. Now, what is that telling you? Whenever price comes to this between the 70 and 80 is your resistance zone to sell. If you watch, price hardly enter that area. Look at the time price entered. But now, if you track it now, see what happened here. Price start dropping and it drop. So this is the only one I know I was using, but I don't add it on my trading view. I add it on my MetaTrader 5. You can add it on MetaTrader 5. Same thing I'm doing here. You have to add indicator on MetaTrader 5. Tap, you see RSI, click it to show you. Then just edit and add. There's always a 70 line on your settings. You can add 80, 90, or 100. So whenever price, I just don't know why I'm doing this. But I pray you understand. Whenever price, let's say this is let's say this is 70, this is 80, this is 70, or you can do 80, 90. Whenever price enters into this area, you know you should be looking for sell. Then if you're doing for the bottom, that is 30, you can do 30 and 10. We do 30 and 10. Whenever price enters here, you already know it's a support. You should be looking for what? A buy. Now let it correspond with what you're doing, your analysis. But the major thing, bro, leave all these indicators anyway. That's why I didn't want to mention it, but since you brought it up, let me just address it. The major thing is the market chart. That is the major thing. You can see what I'm showing that is working. There's no big trader. Check their chart, you see indicators. It's very hard. This is what they call pure market structure, and that is what I've taught you. Pure market structure. Following the reduced, looking for your strong POIs. Once you get those strong POIs, price will fall in between. These are what you need. And if you check identity trend line, identity fair value gap, there are plenty, identity Fibonacci, there are plenty things to learn. But this is what you want. Focus on this thing. Practice it. Focus on this thing. Practice it. Build consistency. If you build consistency over time, you see that you now understand how this thing works. You can start taking big risk. I start to create one life account, put $100 there to take big risk, use big loss size. Let's say one loss size, and this kind of stuff. Now, use one loss and short the market. You already know that this will play. You never set stop loss. We have to build that consistency first. That's why I give you guys this compounding interest formula. Take out of it. So I believe I've answered your question. Any other questions so far?
Thank you, sir, for that answer. You more than answered the question. Thank you.
Another thing I add is moving average. I do add that on my MT5. Moving average, then make it to change it to 0. Why I am adding that is so I will not be changing this chart to line chart. That will just show you the line chart, like moving average. I used to have it. Moving average. ME. Suffer for this thing, sound. That's why I hate them. the first forex seminar I went is from FXTM. They only showed us how to use moving average. Is it this one? Moving average. I've forgotten all of these things. And they said once the that one cross the up and buy. If you
No
call
be
it
lie.
sell,
No be lie.
I blew my $300 in a week. In every rich 1 week, I blew that account. They didn't teach us anything, no, just to how to use this indicator. Once it cross up, buy. Once it cross down, sell. I'm just looking for it. Moving average. I've forgotten all of them. So the only thing I use that now is to, like, if you check your MT5, you can add it to MT5. It will mirror the way the candle. You now set it to 0. It will mirror the way the candlestick is moving. So you'll not be changing from candle to line and all that. It will just be sure, but who cares? Just be changing, just do your alternation. Can do your analysis to line and candle. It works, all right? So any other question, bro? Any other question? So you can even see 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
My price is not our zone. You can see 1 minute. Go ahead. You can see 1 minute. And the 1 minute here is engulfing. It breaks this. This is a breakout. This is the test. Even 1 minute. See? Even 1 minute. As long as your PY is right, everything will fall in place. Don't joke with that statement. As long as your every as long as your PY is right, every other M3 method you want to use will fall in place. But go ahead, your question, ma.
So please, we've not talked about to scout.
This is scalping. You like scalping, madam. This scalping is still the same thing. Get your POI. All right. This is, you can see this POI we got here, right? On daily 4 hours and 1 hour. You see, like, then to scalp now is scalping simply means don't want to stay on that trade for long, right? You don't want to stay. Maybe a minute you're out. You don't want to stay, but there's a disadvantage to that. Anyway, with time you get used to it. You can't be holding trade for long again, right? But however, still do the same pattern I've showed you. Get your strong POI. The key thing you must take here is get your strong POI. Once your POI is strong, now you can see what happened there. Even on 1 minute, look at what happened. There's no sweep of liquidity. I didn't mean there's a sweep of liquidity here. Just buy from this other third candle. But there's no sweep of liquidity. So you wait for this other candle to break. Wait for the breakout. See, this is the test. Now, this is how you scalp. At this point now, if you're scalping, you have to scalp this retest. Right? Now, the 1:3 other people are looking for, this will not be your stop loss, this high. You get that 1:3 in minutes. Okay, 1:3. You're done. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minutes, you're done. You're out. In 6 minutes, you're out. So, but if you decide to still hold to the roadblock we talked about, This was a roadblock. And see, you've gotten 1 to 18. 1 is to 18. That is what you've gotten. So let me recap this for those of you that want to scalp, because I know a lot of you will scalp. I know a lot of you will scalp. So how does that work? Now, beautiful. This is good. This is what happened here now. Excuse me. Now this is gold. Let me use here. So do it together. X JB Moore say you don't understand. What don't you understand? Why I'm loading this? How to scalp USD. JB Moore, go ahead. What don't you understand? So that stuff you're looking for is 4 hours. Right. That's one thing I don't like. Some of this exchange. They're not always all right, so let's do it this way now. Let me take out this. Let's do it this way. Fine. Assuming you open your chart and you're seeing price here now, look left. You can see W pattern. Excuse me. Therefore means price wants to react. So that is the first PY. That's the other PY. And price is inside already. So go back to your candle. Right. And let's play and see the next thing you wait for. Okay. I wanted to see a sweep of liquidity. But like I said, I gave you alternative. There's no sweep of liquidity. And let's wait again. Excuse me. There's still no sweep of liquidity. At this case, what do you do? Let's right. Now, but you wouldn't be waiting for all of this anyways. Now see what will happen. See this gap. Wait for it. Price will come back there. Let me just show you this first one, and I'll give you the second option. Wait for it. Let's watch. Fine. This is what happened now. Price return back to this area. Now to get this trade now, let's say 15 minutes. Once price return to your PY for 4 hours, work with 15 minutes. Let's see how we can get that trade. See the same thing again. Let the same thing happen again. Since there's no sweep of liquidity, engulfing. Look at the space. I hope you guys are seeing. Look at that space. Now on the space, there's now a sweep of liquidity. A sweep of liquidity. So here we're going to be targeting the third candle. And you that want to scalp now, you don't want to wait for those BBPY, but your entry should come from BBPY. Where is your target? This should be your target. Very close. You should not have big eye. Or even this. Let's see if you get there. So there's a sweep of liquidity, right? So this is where I want to get our entry. Then 15 minutes switch to 1 minute if it will work. Let me still clear that. So let's see if we come to our other block. Right, it's there. This is the other block. So that is the entry. This other block, right? Remember this line is coming from big time frame. Target to 1:3. Let's play it and see. You're done. 1:3. Done. So you're not here to waste time with anybody. You're done. So, but even if you extend it now, you can see that See what happened. Price still went as higher. So if you want to be scalping, my advice for you is track that your higher time frame to smaller time frame. Don't do analysis with 15 minutes, so don't do with 5 minutes. So I'd not teach you that one. If not, you lose plenty of money. Don't do it. Still track analysis to the big POI. Like this, you can see this big POI. Let me take it out again. You can see this big POI. Price has returned. Let's see if we can catch that move. Drop to 1 hour. 1 hour. Let's see what will happen there now. One. Just want it to align to there's no sweep of liquidity. So let's wait if this there will be an engulfing. 3. So this gap now, let's see if that return. There's one thing with good. Good can misbehave. Did it return? No. So, but if you backtest these things, you see that okay, price is not returning. You check for 15 minutes. You already know it's already your smaller time, your POI. You should drop to 15 minutes, your smaller time frame. On that 15 minutes, you can see what happened there. W pattern. W pattern. So price should come around here for you to scalp. Since you want to scalp. Scalping is not easy, sha. But it's easy. See what happened. Can anybody sense what happened here now? Why did price not return back to this area?
What I
Anybody
noticed
see
is that
anything?
after this, yes, this 3273 was the resistance that was at our upper PY like a band, but then it tested it after the
Exactly.
push up.
Exactly. Exactly. So these two, you are coming from 4 hours, right? It was coming from 4 hours. So there was a breakout, right? Look at the retest. This candle. That is the retest. This is the retest now. So that means you guys are following actually. That means you guys are following. So, but see what happened? Always, like I said, always bigger time frame first. Always, like on no account should you joke with big time frame. Even if you want to scalp. So you can see, let's see now we are on 1 minute. Let's see what will happen. There's a breakout. Wait for the retest. You can see it's there already. And even on it, it's showing you what? Sweep of liquidity. Showing you sweep of liquidity. So that is your scalping area. Below is your stop loss. So if you want to be general, drop it here. Or let's see if let's practice if price will take it out. If I get to 1:3. Let's see. Done. You see how price respected this guy because coming from where 4 hours. So Telly, are you okay now?
Yes, sir.
So take your time. Get your strong PY first. Once price return, go to smaller time frame. Wait to see the same thing happen there. Take your trade. And don't be greedy if you're scalping, get your targets. Once you get your target, get out. Because you're scalping. Anything can happen. So that is how scalping is. Who again has another question? Who again has another question? So round up. Scalping is sweet though. If you know how to scalp, once you get good PI, forget it. You need little money. I'm learning to scalp. I just don't like scalping. I just don't like it, sha. But with this method now, I'm scrapping with it. I think on Wednesday also I scrapped. I missed an entry, so I track it down and I took my entry. It's sweet, but do your analysis properly. So who again has another question? JB Moore, he said he don't understand anything. He's out with his network. Don't worry, watch the recorded video. Who again has a question? Arsenal, I know you'll be scrapping. What's your question? Okay. In absence of any question, we
Oh,
call
can
it.
you hear me?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead now. Who is that? Go ahead, though.
Oh, okay. I just want to say a very big thank you to you for the time and the class so far.
Who is even talking?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, your voice is slow. Let me. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate your effort so far
Let me
because
stop the record. Yourself.